on our credit score. Now we manage a lot of properties too. So I'm combining both of those ideas, and I have my property manager manage mine also. But we're in the 600s. I will say it's become a more challenging. I put this out to somebody that had a question in the Dallas-Fort Worth area earlier this week in school, and just let them know too. We're seeing a slowdown in rentals right now, and it started about 4 or 5 weeks ago. And so it is becoming, I don't know, it's just getting a little more difficult placing people in properties, in all the properties we have across Dallas-Fort Worth. But our credit score, we don't put a credit score on our criteria, but we're generally looking in the 600s.
Okay.
I mean, if they're in the 700, way we look at it, I mean, we do get clients in the 700s. I'm not saying we don't. We do have that, but the majority are in the 600s. The 700s, they can definitely qualify for a house themselves.
Right.
And so we don't have as many that are, but we do have some.
Okay. Can I throw another question out there to you guys? My other rental, and it's older. I've always done updates as people moved out, but it's in desperate need of a new kitchen. It's a new bathroom. And I was just down there a couple of weeks ago, and I have to replace my balcony. So I'm actually trying to find contractors right now that can go replace the balcony, because it's a liability issue at this point. But I'm charging him $11.50. So after my HOAs are only $150, because there's just a few of us, and we just make each other pay for our own stuff, basically. That just pays for our water and gardener. But somebody else just rented theirs out for almost $1,800. And so I'm really, I want to get somebody in this other one, and then I'm seriously thinking about taking a HELOC out on it, and that property's paid off, and giving him the boot and remodeling that kitchen and bathroom. What are your guys' thoughts? Would you just leave it alone, or should I just start raising his rent, or do you think I should boot him out and just fix it?
How much rent are you currently getting?
He pays $11.50 right now. So let's say $1,000, and if I boot him out, I'm positive I can get 17.
Before booting him out, maybe you should try the binder method and see if he'd be willing to raise the rents on himself.
I thought about that, but I am in California, and you can only raise in that area 8.8% a year. And I have to pull the permits. So I have to commit to do this if I'm going to do it, because I have to pull the permits and attach the permits to his little bye-bye notice.
How much is the cost of the remodel?
I don't know, but I'm assuming it's going to be probably...
Because kitchen and bathroom, that's expensive. Those are your expensive remodels.
Right. And while I'm in there, I'm going to fix the air conditioning, because the air conditioning does a great job downstairs. It's never done a good job upstairs. And I want to put it in a dual system, because that one is located in the Central Valley, and it is hot. I mean, it gets up to 110. So if I'm going to do it, I need to do it once, be done with it, because then I'll hold it forever. But I'm assuming that's going to cost me at least $60,000, probably a little bit more.
So I'm gonna do some numbers the way I would think of it. I'm gonna use your 60,000.
I mean, and that might be low.
So I just used 75,000. So your payback is just under, it would take 10 years on that payback. It'd be just under that 10 years if it was 75,000 to go from 1,000 to 1,700. So it's going to take 10 years before you're back to break even.
So maybe I should just start raising his rent every year, and then when he moves out, then
That's what I would do. That's the way I'm looking at it. That's why I was running that number. 10 years, that's a long payback.
yeah.
So
Max
Karen,
it out at the 8.8 every year till he moves.
Okay.
does your county or city have different rent control laws than the state of California?
Yes.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I do have one question for you, Karen. Do you always raise the rents every year, or you just been leaving it the same?
No, I've left it the same for a long time because I'll be honest, this isn't a trashy little town. And personally, I feel like it's getting worse. But I'm still in the good area. I'm on the edge of the good area, but I am still very much in the good area. And there's so for something that's everything else is a home. So there's only the 12 rentals, 6 of them are owner occupied, 6 are rentals. And my neighbor hasn't raised her rent either. And so we had always kind of just stayed kind of the same. In fact, I think I charged more than her. But then we just got a new investor in, and he told me what I went and looked at his, and I'm like, okay, well, mine is pretty comparable. I mean, your kitchen is definitely better, and his bathroom was a little bit better, but I'm like, I need to raise it. I really want to use Dion's binder method, but I also don't want I don't want any issues.
I will say this, places like California, which just makes it really hard, New York, California, Washington, you just have to raise the rents just every year just to deal with the policy of it. I mean, it's not that you're being horrible, it's just that the state is doing you and the tenant a disservice because you want to provide the best situation for the tenant, but
Right.
the state just makes it impossible to just do the right thing. So just keep in mind, like, it may feel horrible, but you probably just going to have to raise the rents every year.
I think I'm going to have to. So I think I'm going to actually get to go down there and talk to him about it, or at least we're going to have a phone conversation about it, because I'm going to be honest and tell him I have to raise your rent. And if you